later. Right, okay. The first example of today. Are we numbering them? Have we got to a certain number? Maybe not. Okay. Right, this question is about a bracelet. Okay? We're just continuing from last lesson. So. Okay. Right, so on this bracelet we have one white bead. This focusing is annoying you and me. And we have one blue bead. And we have one red bead. And we also have two yellow beads. And the question is going to be, what is the probability the white and red bead are next to each other? Oops, can't spell today. Are next to each other. Okay. Right. Think back to last lesson when we were doing these. Yeah, bracelets are circular. Okay, so we got the circle thing. Okay, what did we have about a circle thing, which is sort of red box thing to be learned? Go on, your idea.
I was just going to say, put the ones that we know aren't together and then put the two that are together as one.
Yeah, we'll be doing that in a minute. Yeah, you're one step ahead of me. There's a formula thing we had for a circle. Jane?
N minus 1 over 2.
Something's missing.
Factorial.
Yeah, n minus 1 factorial over 2. If we had how many ways there are of arranging things in a circle. Okay? So we'll come to the rest of what Emily said in a minute. Probability. What do probabilities look like? Fractions. Okay, fractions. On the bottom of the fraction, what? Yeah, no restrictions. Okay, that is what we're looking for on the bottom of the fraction. And the top of the fraction, the numerator, we are looking for the restriction number. Yeah. Okay, and then we put those two together and we get our probability. So, if it's always easier to do the bottom one. If there were no restrictions, if I go off the board, please tell me. If there were no restrictions, how many beads do we have? So we'll say n is 5, and we can use the formula we have up here to do 5 minus 1 factorial divided by 2. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 factorial, anybody? 24. 24 divided by 2, 12. Yeah, okay. So we now know that the number there will be a 12. That's the bottom number of our fraction. Right. Now, Emily, could you mind saying what idea you had a minute ago?
Put in several, but put the one red and one white as one. So
Yeah,
like
that's right, okay.
4 items instead.
Yeah. So consider, if the red and white have got to be next to each other, so consider red and white as one bead. Emma? Yeah, absolutely, yeah, okay. So consider the red and the white as one bead, since they've got to be next to each other. So now, let's have a look. What have we got now? Like I made a list earlier on the top of this. I've now got... Oh, I've forgotten one thing. Haven't dealt with something earlier on. Forgot it. Made a mistake. Didn't spot it. There are two yellows. Yes. There are two yellows up here. And I haven't accounted for that anywhere. What do I need to... What is it?
They can be arranged either way. So
Yeah, I need to divide this by 2 factorial, okay, which I forgot to do because of the 2 yellows, okay. So let's just put an arrow there, okay. I forgot to do this bit, okay. That 12 must be divided by 2 factorial for the 2 yellows. think back to the work we were doing last lesson when people had double letters in their names, or rather repeated letters, and we had to divide by 2 factorial if there were 2 M's or something like that in the name Emma. So yeah, so that's actually going to give us an answer there then, eventually of 6, not of 12. Didn't spot that as it went through. Right, so the beads we have now on our bracelet, we no longer have a white bead. We've got one red-white bead because we're considering that as one bead. We have a blue bead. We don't have a red bead anymore, and we have 2 yellow beads. So that's what we're now going to consider. That makes up the bracelet. So we've got 4 things on our bracelet. So now we're looking at n is equal to 4. The circle formula, what's the arrangements on a circle formula going to give us here then?
4 minus 1 factorial.
Okay. And this time I mustn't forget, I need to also divide that by 2 factorial because of the 2 yellows. So, and I also need to divide by 2 factorial because of the 2 yellows. So that will give me the top number in my fraction. Or will it? Go on. Someone over there is trying to say it. We might come to you. Go on.
It's because red and white can have
Yes, that's right. This red and white one here, that can be done in 2 different ways. That red-white, okay, could be white and red. We don't care. So actually here, that bit means I've got to times that by 2 factorial, because that's another sort of possibility in the mix. So, what do we end up with? Well, these 2 bits here cancel each other out. 3 factorial is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So 3 is the top number on my fraction, which will go up there. So my final answer, my top number was 6, and that is the value of everything there. The bottom number we said was, sorry, I've written that wrong, haven't I?
Isn't it
3, sorry, yeah. We decided that was 3, sorry. Yeah, 3. And the bottom number we decided was 6. 3 over 6, the same as a half. So there's lots to think about in some of these questions, okay? So the thing I forgot to look out for to start with was there were 2 yellows there, so don't forget that sort of thing. And if you put 2 things together, which is often a good idea, Emily came up with it earlier on, you do need to, as Charlotte and I think you were probably going to say as well, think that that RW one could also be WR. So you need to account for all of those things.